You don't need to solve anything tonight. There is nothing waiting for you to fix, nothing you must figure out before rest is allowed. The day has already happened. Whatever was unfinished can remain that way for now. This moment does not ask for answers. It only offers a quiet place to pause. You can let your thoughts loosen. You can let the body settle. Nothing important will be lost by resting. Long ago, there was a man named Marcus Aurelius. He carried great responsibility, yet what he sought most often was not power or certainty, but calm. When he wrote to himself, it wasn't for an audience. It was a way of steadying his own mind, a reminder that even in a busy, demanding life, peace could still be found, not by controlling everything, but by releasing what was never truly his to hold. One idea returned to him again and again, a simple one, that some things are within our influence and many things are not. The weather, other people's choices, the way tomorrow unfolds. These things move on their own paths. They do not respond to worry or effort, and yet we spend so much energy trying to manage them. Marcus learned that peace comes when we stop trying to grip what moves freely. At night, the mind often tightens. It replays the day, imagines conversations that didn't happen, tries to prepare for every possible version of tomorrow. It believes that vigilance will bring safety, that control will bring rest. But control keeps the mind awake. Softness allows it to sleep. Tonight, you can choose softness, not as a task, but as a permission. You may notice thoughts rising now, plans, concerns, small worries, and heavy ones. You don't need to chase them away. You don't need to follow them either. Just notice them, the way you might notice leaves drifting past on water. They appear, they move, they disappear on their own. Marcus Aurelius would remind himself, gently, if this is not within my control, why am I holding it so tightly? You can let that question rest in the background. You don't need to answer it. Simply noticing the grip is often enough for it to begin to soften. Think of the day you've had, the effort you gave, the things you tried to manage. You've been holding many things in your mind, some light, some heavy. You don't have to discard them. You can just set them down. Imagine placing them beside the bed. They will wait there patiently. Nothing will be harmed by leaving them untouched until morning. The world continues even when you rest. People make choices. Time moves forward. Life unfolds. You do not need to supervise this process. Marcus trusted this deeply. He saw that nature does not require our constant attention. It moves with or without our worry. Tonight, you can trust that too. Notice your breathing. It comes and goes without effort. You are not planning each breath. You are not directing it. And yet, it continues, steady and reliable. This is a quiet reminder. So much happens without your control, and it happens well. Your heart beats without instruction. Your body knows how to rest. Sleep is not something you achieve. It is something that arrives when you stop standing in its way. If the mind says, "What about tomorrow?" you can respond softly, "Tomorrow is not here yet." If it says, "What if I forget something important?" you can answer, "What is truly important will return when needed." Then let the thought pass, like a sound fading into the distance. Marcus Aurelius believed that peace comes from agreeing with the moment as it is. Right now, this moment is quiet. The lights are low, the body is still. There is nothing missing here. You may feel the edges of tension in the body, in the shoulders, the jaw, the stomach. There is no need to force them to relax. Just let them know they no longer need to be alert. Gravity is holding you. The surface beneath you is steady. You are supported. Imagine the mind as a hand that has been clenched all day, holding plans, holding worries, holding responsibility. Now let the fingers slowly uncurl, not all at once, just a little. That small release is enough to begin. You don't need certainty to rest. You don't need reassurance. Uncertainty is part of life, and it does not need to be resolved tonight. Marcus understood that the unknown is not an enemy. It is simply life continuing, and life does not require your constant management. Thoughts may still arise, but this is natural. When they do, you can quietly notice whether they are within your control. If they are not, there is nothing for you to do with them right now. They can wait. Let the future remain unwritten tonight. Let the past stay where it belongs. You are allowed to be unfinished. You are allowed to be imperfect. You are allowed to rest anyway. As the mind begins to slow, you may notice spaces between thoughts, small gaps of quiet. There is no need to fill them. These spaces are not empty. They are restful. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that the mind becomes what it dwells upon. Tonight, you can dwell on simplicity, on the steady rhythm of breath, on the gentle weight of the body, on the quiet that does not ask questions. If attention drifts, let it drift. There is nowhere it needs to land. The night is wide. It can hold wandering thoughts without effort. You may begin to feel heavier, slower, less interested in holding on. This is not something you need to encourage. It happens naturally when resistance fades. The need to control is often a habit, not a necessity. Tonight, you can let the habit rest. Nothing bad will happen if you stop monitoring everything for a while. Marcus trusted that when the mind stops fighting reality, rest follows. You can trust that too. There is nothing left to prepare for, nothing left to protect against. Just this quiet moment, stretching gently forward. If a thought appears, acknowledge it kindly and let it go. If another follows, do the same. No effort, no judgment, just allowing. The night does not demand productivity. It does not expect clarity. It offers darkness, stillness, a slowing down of all things. You can accept this offer without needing to respond. As the edges of awareness soften, you may notice that even the desire to think begins to fade. There is nothing wrong with this. It is the mind remembering how to rest. Marcus Aurelius knew that everything changes, even worry, even tension. You don't need to push for change. It happens when you stop holding so tightly. Let the breath become quieter. Let the thoughts become fewer. There is no finish line here, no moment you need to reach, just a gentle drifting. You are safe enough to let go now, safe enough to not know, safe enough to sleep. And as the night continues, you can fade into rest, without effort, without control. The mind can loosen, the body can settle, and whatever comes next will come on its own.